Let no one say when he is tempted, I am being tempted of God, for God cannot be tempted by evil, and he himself does not attempt anyone. Each one is tempted when he is carried away and enticed by his own lust. Then when lust has conceived, it gives birth to sin. And when sin is accomplished, it brings forth what? Death. It doesn't mean you're going to drop dead physically. I mean, something's going to die. There will be an illegitimate separation. So Satan's strategy can be boiled down to one word: deception. Some whole thing up is he deceives us. And you know, we're not picking on anybody, because everybody's been tripped up at some level. But when you find where a trap is, you don't keep walking over it.
Do you know that there are whole generational curses that can be broken if you get a handle on your identity? But not just that, Gideon, you have no way of knowing that not only is there a Judges chapter 6, but Gideon, there's going to be a Judges chapter 7. Because you're going to roll up out of your house and you're going to go straight into battle against the Midianites. And with 300 soldiers as the underdog against 140,000 Midianite enemies, you are going to win a battle for the entire nation. A whole nation is going to be changed because one man gets a handle on his identity. Do you know what would happen if the men and women of God that are in the house today get a handle on who they are? Do you realize how the entire nation will be transformed? When God's people just recognize who they are. Oh, the enemy doesn't want you to know who you are.
When a person believes this, when a person entrusts themselves to this, when a person recognizes that in your righteousness there is life, there is an instantaneous change takes place in the life of that person. It is not an inner moral transformation that takes place. It is a change of status. A change of status. By nature, I am under God's wrath. I have no possibility of extricating myself from the predicament. Save that, the power of the gospel breaks into my life, is revealed to me, not simply as an intellectual capacity, not simply as an idea, not simply as a notion, but as a life-transforming reality. That's why when we sing, for example, the hymn writer, "O perfect redemption, the purchase of blood, to every believer the promise of God, the vilest offender who truly believes, that moment from Jesus, a pardon receives. No longer now under the wrath of God. Now under the righteousness that is being provided."
I said we can call things that be not as if they are. God does that. He speaks of non-existent things as if they already existed. It's in Romans 4. But what we do many times is we'll have a situation and we talk about it like it's never going to change. And we need to say, you have to change. You wicked circumstance, you have to change, because God's plan and God's power and God's promises are greater than my circumstance.
Isaiah chapter 40, verses 27 through 31. Why do you say, O Jacob, and assert, O Israel, my way is hidden from the Lord? The justice due me escapes the notice of my God. Do you not know, have you not heard, the everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, does not become weary or tired. His understanding is inscrutable. He gives strength to the weary, and to him who lacks might, he increases power. Though youths grow weary and tired, and the vigorous young men stumble badly, yet those who wait for the Lord will gain new strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. They will run and not get tired. They will walk and not become weary.